After the age of 50, one silent change begins happening inside the body that most people never notice until it starts affecting their daily life. Blood vessels gradually become less flexible, circulation slows, and the cells that once produced abundant nitric oxide, a molecule responsible for relaxing blood vessels, become less efficient. According to the American Heart Association, cardiovascular disease remains the leading cause of death worldwide, and aging itself is one of the strongest risk factors. Meanwhile, research published in leading medical journals has shown that nearly half of adults may not consume enough magnesium to meet recommended intake levels, especially older adults whose absorption decreases with age. This matters because magnesium is involved in more than 300 biochemical reactions throughout the body, including muscle contraction, nerve signaling, energy production, blood pressure regulation, and the normal relaxation of blood vessels. When magnesium levels are consistently inadequate, the body may struggle to maintain optimal vascular function, potentially contributing to muscle cramps, fatigue, elevated blood pressure in some individuals, and reduced overall well-being. That is why the conversation should never focus only on how much water you drink after 50, but also on whether your body has the minerals it needs to actually use that water effectively. Hydration is more than filling your stomach with plain water. It is about maintaining the delicate electrolyte balance that allows every cell to function properly. Magnesium works alongside other essential electrolytes to help regulate fluid balance, support healthy circulation, and assist muscles, including the heart, in performing normally. While adding magnesium is not a miracle cure and cannot reverse aging or guarantee dramatic improvements in blood flow, ensuring adequate intake through foods such as leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, almonds, beans, and other magnesium-rich foods, or supplements when recommended by a healthcare professional, can be an important part of a heart-healthy lifestyle. Combined with regular physical activity, sufficient sleep, a diet rich in colorful fruits and vegetables, and proper hydration, maintaining healthy magnesium levels may help support normal vascular function and healthy circulation as you age. The goal is not to chase quick fixes or believe extraordinary promises, but to understand that small, science-based daily habits often produce the greatest long-term benefits. One simple adjustment in how you think about hydration today could become one of the many building blocks that helps your body continue working efficiently for years to come. One of the biggest misconceptions about aging is that declining energy, colder hands and feet, slower recovery, and reduced stamina are simply unavoidable parts of getting older. While aging does bring natural changes, science tells a more detailed story. Research has consistently shown that the health of your blood vessels plays a central role in how well every organ in your body performs. Your brain, heart, kidneys, muscles, and even your skin depend on a constant, healthy supply of oxygen and nutrients delivered through your circulatory system. In fact, your body contains more than 60,000 miles of blood vessels, enough to circle the Earth more than twice. Every heartbeat sends blood through this extraordinary network, nourishing trillions of cells every minute. But after the age of 50, this system often begins to lose efficiency. Blood vessels can become stiffer, the lining of the arteries may produce less nitric oxide, and the body's ability to respond to changing demands gradually declines. These changes don't happen overnight, but over years they can affect how energetic and resilient you feel. The numbers are eye-opening. According to the World Health Organization, cardiovascular diseases are responsible for approximately 18 million deaths every year, making them the leading cause of death worldwide. While genetics certainly influence risk, researchers increasingly recognize that lifestyle factors, including nutrition, physical activity, sleep quality, stress management, and proper hydration, have a profound impact on vascular health throughout life. Studies have also found that many adults over the age of 50 consume less magnesium than recommended, partly because modern diets often contain fewer mineral-rich whole foods, and partly because the body's ability to absorb certain nutrients decreases with age. This combination can quietly influence several systems that depend on magnesium every single day. Magnesium is often overlooked because it doesn't receive the same attention as vitamins or protein, yet it participates in more than 300 enzymatic reactions essential for human health. It supports normal muscle function, helps regulate nerve activity, contributes to energy production inside every cell, assists in maintaining a healthy heartbeat, and plays a role in helping blood vessels relax normally. That last function is particularly important because healthy blood vessel relaxation allows blood to move efficiently throughout the body, delivering oxygen where it is needed most. Magnesium is not a medication and should never be viewed as a miracle solution, but maintaining adequate levels is an important part of supporting normal cardiovascular function. Hydration also deserves a closer look. Water is absolutely essential, yet water alone cannot perform every task without the minerals that help regulate fluid movement between cells. Electrolytes such as magnesium, potassium, sodium, and calcium work together to maintain fluid balance, support nerve communication, and enable muscles, including the heart, to function properly. Drinking plenty of water while consistently lacking these essential nutrients may not support hydration as effectively as a balanced diet rich in minerals. That is why experts encourage focusing not only on the quantity of water you drink, but also on the overall nutritional quality of your daily meals. Fortunately, supporting healthy circulation doesn't require expensive products or complicated routines. Foods naturally rich in magnesium, including spinach, pumpkin seeds, almonds, black beans, lentils, and whole grains, can make a meaningful contribution to daily intake. Pairing these foods with regular walking, strength training, quality sleep, avoiding smoking, and managing blood pressure creates a powerful foundation for long-term vascular health. Rather than searching for a single secret ingredient, the strongest scientific evidence continues to point toward consistent daily habits working together to help your body function at its best as the years go by. One of the most remarkable facts about the human body is that your heart beats approximately 100,000 times every single day, pumping nearly 2,000 gallons, about 7,500 liters, of blood through an intricate network of more than 60,000 miles of blood vessels. This incredible transportation system never takes a vacation. Every second, it delivers oxygen, nutrients, hormones, immune cells, and countless microscopic messengers to trillions of living cells. Yet, after the age of 50, this extraordinary system begins to face challenges that many people never see coming. The changes happen gradually, often without pain or obvious warning signs. Blood vessels slowly lose some of their natural elasticity. The inner lining of the arteries becomes less responsive, and circulation may become less efficient than it was decades earlier. These age-related changes don't mean poor health is inevitable, but they do mean that the body requires greater support through nutrition, movement, sleep, and healthy daily habits. Medical researchers have spent decades studying why cardiovascular health changes with age. One of the most important discoveries is that the endothelium, the thin layer of cells lining every blood vessel, acts almost like a control center for circulation. When these cells are healthy, they produce nitric oxide, a signaling molecule that encourages blood vessels to relax and widen normally. This allows blood to move smoothly throughout the body. However, as people grow older, nitric oxide production often declines, while oxidative stress and chronic inflammation may increase. These changes can make arteries less flexible and reduce the efficiency of blood flow. This is one reason why healthcare professionals place so much emphasis on protecting vascular health long before serious symptoms appear. Statistics reveal just how significant this issue is. According to global public health data, cardiovascular disease accounts for roughly 1 out of every 3 deaths worldwide. High blood pressure affects more than 1 billion adults, and its prevalence increases steadily with age. At the same time, nutrition surveys have repeatedly shown that a large percentage of adults fail to consume enough magnesium, an essential mineral involved in hundreds of biological processes. Older adults are especially vulnerable because dietary habits often change over time. Certain medications may influence mineral balance, and the body's ability to absorb nutrients can become less efficient with advancing age. Magnesium deserves far more attention than it usually receives. Scientists have identified its involvement in more than 300 enzymatic reactions, making it one of the body's most versatile minerals. It contributes to normal muscle contraction and relaxation, supports healthy nerve signaling, assists with DNA and protein synthesis, helps convert food into usable energy, and plays an important role in maintaining a normal heart rhythm. Magnesium also helps blood vessels relax normally, which supports healthy circulation as part of an overall balanced lifestyle. It is not a miracle nutrient, and it cannot reverse blocked arteries or cure cardiovascular disease, but maintaining adequate magnesium intake is an evidence-based way to support the body's normal physiological functions. Hydration becomes another important consideration after the age of 50. Many people believe that simply drinking more plain water is the complete answer to staying hydrated. Water is essential, but hydration is about much more than fluid alone. The body relies on electrolytes, including magnesium, potassium, sodium, and calcium, to regulate fluid movement into and out of cells, maintain nerve communication, and support normal muscle function. Without an appropriate balance of these minerals, the body may not manage fluids as effectively as it should. This is why experts emphasize both adequate water intake and a nutrient-rich diet rather than relying on a single strategy. Fortunately, supporting circulation does not require expensive treatments or trendy health products. Regular walking, resistance exercise, maintaining a healthy weight, avoiding tobacco, getting sufficient sleep, managing stress, eating plenty of vegetables, fruits, legumes, nuts, seeds, and whole grains, and ensuring adequate magnesium intake through food or supplements when advised by a healthcare professional can all contribute to healthier aging. The body has an extraordinary ability to respond positively to consistent, science-based habits, and even modest improvements repeated day after day can help preserve healthy blood vessel function and overall cardiovascular wellness well into later life. Aging is often measured by the number of birthdays you've celebrated, but your body measures aging very differently. SpeakIt measures it by the condition of your cells, the flexibility of your blood vessels, the efficiency of your heart, and the ability of your circulation to deliver life-sustaining oxygen to every organ. One of the most revealing statistics in modern medicine is that by the age of 60, nearly 7 out of 10 adults have at least one form of cardiovascular disease or a significant cardiovascular risk factor, such as high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, or diabetes. These conditions rarely appear overnight. They develop silently over decades as blood vessels gradually lose their youthful flexibility and the body endopos, natural repair systems become less efficient. The encouraging news is that many of these age-related changes are influenced by everyday habits, especially the foods we eat, the nutrients we consume, and the way we support our circulatory system. Every minute, your heart pumps blood through a remarkable network of arteries, veins, and tiny capillaries. These blood vessels are responsible for transporting oxygen, glucose, amino acids, vitamins, hormones, and immune cells to nearly every tissue in your body. When circulation is healthy, your brain receives the oxygen it needs for clear thinking. Your muscles receive nutrients for strength and endurance, and your organs perform their countless tasks with remarkable precision. But as the years pass, blood vessels naturally become less elastic. The inner lining of the arteries, known as the endothelium, gradually loses some of its ability to produce nitric oxide, a molecule that helps blood vessels relax and maintain healthy blood flow. This is one reason why maintaining vascular health becomes increasingly important after the age of 50. Another statistic deserves attention. Research suggests that a large proportion of adults fail to meet the recommended daily intake of magnesium, and the problem is even more common among older adults. Modern diets often rely heavily on processed foods, which typically contain far less magnesium than whole foods. At the same time, aging can reduce the body adipose efficiency in absorbing and retaining this essential mineral. Certain medications, digestive conditions, and chronic illnesses may further influence magnesium balance. Because magnesium deficiency often develops gradually, many people are unaware that their intake has been inadequate for years. Magnesium is extraordinary because of the sheer number of functions it performs. Scientists have identified its role in more than 300 biochemical reactions throughout the human body. It helps convert food into energy, supports healthy nerve communication, assists muscles in contracting and relaxing normally, contributes to maintaining a regular heartbeat, and plays an important role in supporting healthy blood vessel function. Blood vessels contain smooth muscle cells that require adequate magnesium to function properly. When magnesium intake is sufficient, these muscles can relax normally, supporting healthy circulation as part of an overall healthy lifestyle. This does not mean magnesium is a cure for cardiovascular disease or that adding it to water will produce dramatic overnight changes. Rather, it highlights how one essential mineral contributes to the body and APO's complex network of systems that work together every second of every day. Hydration is another area where many people misunderstand what the body truly needs. Drinking enough water is essential, but hydration involves more than water alone. Every cell depends on a carefully balanced mixture of electrolytes, including magnesium, potassium, sodium, and calcium, to regulate fluid movement, transmit nerve signals, and support muscle function. Water, without adequate nutrition, cannot fully support these intricate biological processes. That is why nutrition experts consistently encourage people to think beyond the glass of water and focus on the quality of the foods that provide these essential minerals naturally. Speak leafy green vegetables, pumpkin seeds, almonds, black beans, lentils, avocados, and whole grains are among the richest natural sources of magnesium. Combined with regular physical activity, restorative sleep, stress management, avoiding tobacco, and maintaining healthy blood pressure and blood sugar levels, these foods become part of a comprehensive strategy for protecting circulation as we age. Healthy aging is rarely the result of one miracle ingredient or one dramatic change. Instead, it is the outcome of thousands of small decisions repeated consistently over months and years, allowing the body's remarkable systems to continue supporting vitality, resilience, and cardiovascular health throughout later life. Aging is not simply about the number of years that pass. It is about how well your body continues to perform millions of tiny tasks every second of every day. One of the most astonishing statistics in human biology is that your circulatory system transports more than 2,000 gallons of blood every day through an incredible network of over 60,000 miles of blood vessels. That is enough blood movement to keep every organ, every muscle, and every cell alive around the clock. Yet this extraordinary system depends on something surprisingly fragile: the health of your blood vessels. Studies show that beginning in our 40s and accelerating after the age of 50, arteries naturally become less flexible. The cells lining blood vessels produce less nitric oxide, and circulation gradually becomes less efficient. These changes are subtle at first. You may notice colder hands and feet, reduced stamina, slower recovery after physical activity, or feeling more tired than you did just a few years earlier. While these experiences are common, they should never be accepted as an unavoidable consequence of aging. Scientific research continues to demonstrate that the choices we make every day have a measurable impact on how well our circulatory system functions throughout life. Global health statistics paint a compelling picture. According to the World Health Organization, cardiovascular disease remains the leading cause of death worldwide, accounting for nearly 18 million deaths each year. High blood pressure affects well over 1 billion adults, and its prevalence rises sharply with age. At the same time, national nutrition surveys from several countries consistently report that a significant percentage of adults fail to consume enough magnesium, with older adults being among the groups at greatest risk. This is partly because highly processed foods dominate many modern diets, replacing vegetables, legumes, nuts, seeds, and whole grains that naturally supply essential minerals. Aging itself can also reduce the body's efficiency in absorbing magnesium, while some commonly prescribed medications may further influence mineral balance. The result is that many people unknowingly spend years consuming less magnesium than their bodies require for optimal physiological function. Magnesium is often called one of the body's silent workers because it performs countless tasks without drawing attention to itself. Scientists have identified its involvement in more than 300 enzymatic reactions, making it indispensable for normal health. Every heartbeat, every muscle contraction, every nerve impulse, and every molecule of energy your cells produce depends in part on adequate magnesium availability. It also contributes to maintaining a normal heart rhythm, supports healthy blood pressure regulation, and helps blood vessels relax normally. Healthy blood vessels are not rigid pipes. They are dynamic tissues that constantly adjust their diameter in response to the body's needs. Magnesium plays an important supporting role in these natural processes, working alongside nitric oxide and other biological signals that help maintain healthy circulation. Hydration becomes increasingly important after the age of 50. But hydration involves much more than simply drinking larger quantities of plain water. Water serves as the body's transportation system, but electrolytes help direct where that water goes and how effectively cells use it. Magnesium works together with potassium, sodium, and calcium to regulate fluid balance, nerve communication, and muscle function. Without an adequate supply of these minerals, hydration may not support the body's systems as efficiently as intended. This is why healthcare professionals encourage focusing on both fluid intake and nutrient quality rather than viewing water as a complete solution on its own. Fortunately, supporting healthy circulation does not require expensive treatments or complicated routines. Foods naturally rich in magnesium, including spinach, Swiss chard, pumpkin seeds, almonds, cashews, black beans, lentils, edamame, oats, and whole grains, can help improve overall dietary intake. Regular walking, strength training, maintaining a healthy body weight, prioritizing restorative sleep, managing stress, avoiding smoking, and eating a colorful, plant-rich diet all work together to protect blood vessel function. These habits may seem simple, but scientific evidence repeatedly shows that consistent daily actions have a profound cumulative effect over time. The body possesses an extraordinary ability to adapt and respond positively when it receives the nutrients, movement, and care it needs, making every healthy choice an investment in stronger circulation, better energy, and healthier aging.